Okay, hey everyone, welcome to the first live stream of 2021. Welcome back to the Movie Vault. Everything should be up and running there. If you're in the chat, jump in there. Let me know if the video and audio looks and sounds good. Should be up and running there. Cartoon Fortress, hey, how's it going? Thanks for checking out the live stream here. I'm just adjusting my volume as we see. Will I jump in here? Yeah, cool. Video audio is good. Thanks, man. Thanks for checking out the live stream here. We'll give it a couple of seconds till a couple of other people show up, just in case there's any latecomers. I actually sort of tweeted incorrectly about this. Doug is here as well. Hey Doug, thanks for checking out the live stream. Yeah, had a good time over the holidays. Hope you had too as well. Yeah, sorry. So when I tweeted out earlier, I kind of titled it incorrectly. When I was kind of like saying this is my best releases of 2020, and what I meant to say was like my best pickups of 2020, just because the things I picked up they're not all from 2020. Some of them are from before 2020, but I meant to say that before we started here, just in case I don't want to mislead anybody. We'll just jump back to the main one here, and I suppose we'll just get going. I have about 20 titles to talk to you guys about here on this video. I've kind of gone back through them, so I'm gone back to the start of last year, so I'm going through them in the order that I picked them up last year. So that should be kind of cool. So I'm going to jump in with the first one here. This is an indicator release. This was a limited edition release. I got number 3,756 of 6,000. I picked this up last January. This is the Marlene Dietrich, the Joseph von Sternberg at Paramount Pictures. That fantastic box set, that indicator done here. It has the usual paper slip that comes off, and there's the limited edition stuff is on there. Awesome artwork on this. I don't know when this actually, there's probably a release date on the bottom of this here. Is there 2019? Yeah, so this was a 2019 release and I picked it up in January 2020. Awesome artwork here in the front. The back is just usual stuff. We have all the movies in here, and there is a really nice booklet in there as well. I just randomly picked this up. I wanted to check out some Marlene Dietrich movies, and there is 6 in this box set. Really cool. So we have Morocco Dishonored, and actually on the back here, Morocco Dishonored, Shanghai Express, Blonde Venus, Scarlet Empress, and The Devil is a Woman. I actually, when I bought this, I decided to do a whole kind of video series about this. Hey Dean, I see Dean in the chat there. Thanks for checking out the live stream. Yeah, this is a fantastic box set. Do get this, and it is limited edition, so they're kind of running out. Yeah, Cartoon Fortress. Yeah. Do grab it if you can, because I missed this in work and I ended up having to get it through like Xavier or something online. So yeah, I've done a whole series when I watched these movies because I hadn't seen them before. I decided to kind of do a discussion video about each, so they are on a playlist on the channel somewhere. So if you want to check out kind of what I thought about those at some point, kind of first time watches. So yeah, that was the first one up. I bought this in January 2020. So yeah, that was the first one up. Dustin's in there as well. Hey Dustin, thanks for checking out the stream. Dustin is one of my Patreon family members. Thanks for checking out the stream, Dustin, and really appreciate your support on Patreon as well. Yeah, so sorry for a couple of, we'll just jump back into the chat window here for a second. You can see everybody is jumping in there. Yeah, Cartoon Fortress. Yeah, Criterion did do a version of that Dietrich von Sternberg box set, but I prefer the indicator one. I think it just looks a lot better. Personally, and I just, another Criterion box set you have to import. It's a whole other thing, again, because there is some Criterion stuff in the list that I want to talk about here today, and there's some stuff that I did get but didn't make the list. I might give that a kind of a mention at the end, but yeah, just anybody coming in late, I was just saying I kind of tweeted incorrectly about this live stream earlier. It's not the best releases of 2020, it's the best pickups that I picked up in 2020, if that makes sense. So yeah, I won't keep saying it over and over, but there we go. We'll jump back to the main screen here. We'll go on to the next one. I have 20 picks all together for you guys here for this video. Next one, I picked this up in February. This was a really cool one. I know a lot of people didn't like this. I did. I really liked this movie. I spoke about it in the favorite movie from every year I've been alive, that video I did. I had it in there because this one holds a kind of a special place for me, because it was I got to run this in 70mm in work. This is Joker. This is a 4K release here. 4K looks phenomenal on this one. I know the movie was shot digitally and all that, and as I said, we did get a 70mm print in work. That was really cool, being able to run that. This is just fantastic. I know some people don't like it and the whole kind of Scorsese De Niro thing and all that sort of stuff, but I thought they done a really good job on this. I wasn't too sure going in. I was kind of a bit like, oh man, I don't know about this. Like, how's this gonna kind of fit in with everything? But Joaquin Phoenix was fantastic in this. De Niro was in there as well. We've the kind of Taxi Driver kind of connection to this one. So yeah, if you haven't seen Joker, I do recommend giving it a watch. As I said, people are kind of split, so I don't know, you may not like it, but I really did. The 4K looks great. You could see stuff on the 4K disc that was like not really visible on the print and work. Stuff just kind of stands out a little bit more. In particular, I recall the scene at the start of the movie where he kind of gets attacked by the gang or whatever, and he's kind of lying on the street, and he has a clown flower thing on his suit, and you can kind of see the water draining out of it on the 4K print, which is really, really cool. So yeah, do check out Joker. That's my second one up on the list here. I'll jump back to the chat for a second. We have a few more people. David Cartoon Fortress. Yeah, check out Joker if you can. Chris is in here as well. Hey Chris has a great channel as well. You guys should check his channel out as well. Yeah, Chris, do get on Joker if you haven't seen it. Give it a watch. You may not like it. You may not. I really liked it. And I think I have I said it in the November-December haul. I finally picked up Taxi Driver, guys, right before, obviously we're in another lockdown again, so I grabbed a bunch of stuff before work closed again, and I didn't have Taxi Driver. I've never seen it, so I have it. And yeah, I've yet to watch that, so it'd be interesting to see the comparisons between Joker and Taxi Driver. Yeah, Dustin saying he loved Joker. Yeah, I really love Joker as well. I'm going to jump back to the main screen. So another one of my favorite pickups from 2020. This was way back in April. I'm looking because I have a list with the dates, you guys, over there, just to remember. Oh man, I paid a small fortune for this. I'm so glad I did, because it's awesome, but I haven't watched it yet. Sam is in the comments. Hey Sam, thanks for checking out the stream. Sam has a great channel as well, film blogger Sam. Check out his channel if you haven't. Chris and Sam, yeah, and sorry, I'm doing kind of like favorite pickups of 2020. So some of these won't be new releases for 2020. They're just kind of my favorite ones. I have 20 picks for 2020, like the ESPN, the 30 for 30, 20 for 20, 20 for 2020. Yeah, so sorry guys, this was a small fortune pre-order Amazon. It finally arrived in April. I done a funny kind of unboxing video. This is the Skywalker saga in 4K. Phenomenal. I have not watched all of this yet. I've watched episodes 1 to 6. I've yet to watch 7, 8 and 9. I haven't seen them since they came out. This is a 27 disc mad box set. Let me show you guys how this opens. It kind of pulls apart this way, and we get to kind of I'm gonna put this down here so that I can do it this way. It's kind of done like a really nice book here. We have the letter from Mark Hamill in there, that everybody knows. Now, I went on a rant about these disc package, but the artwork and stuff is phenomenal. Worker Saga set. Bonus stuff I haven't even delved into yet. There's 3 discs per movie. So I've watched the movie. I've watched episodes 1 to 6, and I need to revisit 7 to 9. At some point, but yeah, that was my next one of my favorite pickups from 2020, Skywalker Saga in 4K. So we'll throw that down over there. Jump back into the chat. Do you prefer Jack or Joaquin as Joker? It's Jack all the way. I think that's my sister is watching the live stream. It's Jack Nicholson all the way. I have a massive tattoo of Jack Nicholson on my leg. You guys probably don't. I have a massive tattoo of Jack Nicholson as Joker on my legs. I really like Joker as Jack Nicholson. I think that's just like an age thing. Like, it's, Keaton is my Batman. I think it's whatever kind of age you grow up with the stuff. Yeah, Dustin, the package is the worst. Yeah, it's I just really dislike that package, and I'm always afraid of the discs getting scratched. There, I know like Blu-rays and 4Ks, like they can get scratched, but they still play. But it's kind of frustrating. It's so annoying. I don't know why they do the sets that way. Next one up, fourth pick here. This again, I believe this was a this was a 2019 release. Because we got this into work into the shop, Christmas 2019. And I didn't kind of go for it, and then in the first lockdown in 2020, it went on sale in Terra Records, so I ordered it, and this is this Kubrick red and black box set. Really, really fantastic. You can kind of see they've done the gloss with the movies in here. Now this is a kind of a strange box set here. It has some movies are 4K, some are Blu-ray, and there's one DVD in here as well. Lolita is in there, is a Blu-ray. 2001 is a 4K. Absolutely phenomenal. 2001. I'd never seen it until like a month or so back. I think I spoke about it in a watch list, and it's been restored by and overseen by Christopher Nolan at 8K, and they made the 4K disc from that. And you guys know I made a whole video about that on the channel. So yeah, 2001 in 4K looks phenomenal. A Clockwork Orange is in there, Blu-ray. Barry Lyndon is Blu-ray. A fantastic movie as well. First time watch, I watched that a couple of months ago as well. Really liked that one. The Shining is in there at 4K. Full Metal Jacket is Blu-ray. Eyes Wide Shut is Blu-ray. And Kubrick A Life in Pictures is DVD. I've watched A Life in Pictures. Just to kind of give you guys an idea, this kind of pulls off. I actually, whenever I post pictures of this on Instagram and stuff, people are always like, what box set is this? This is the one. It opens up and it's like this, and all the movies are kind of in these. If I grab one, let's say like I grab 2001 for example, they're in these kind of hard back books, and you might be able to kind of see in the glare they have designs of the movies and the pattern on them and stuff. And you get like the 4K disc and 2 Blu-rays for 2001. But yeah, they're made up in these kind of hardback books, and it's really nicely done. There is an archive file with like postcards and posters and stuff. But yeah, it's a fantastic box set. I wouldn't say I was like huge into Kubrick, and I wanted to grab a couple more of his movies. Like I think I've only ever seen Shining and Clockwork Orange up until I bought this box set. I still haven't watched the rest of them. I need to get through it. But yeah, this is another one of my favorite pickups. I grabbed this in May back in 2020, Kubrick box set. I know a lot of people are kind of holding off because didn't like Full Metal Jacket and stuff come out in 4K individual releases. So yeah, just a lot of people asked me about this, and I kind of thought I would show it here. So that's another favorite pickup for 2020. I see a bunch of stuff going on in the chat. We'll jump back in there real quick. Chris is saying beautiful set. Yeah, I think that you were talking about the Star Wars set, Chris, was it? Yeah. Gargantuan Apple's in here. Hey, thanks for checking out the live stream. Sam says 2001 is the best 4K. Yeah, it is. It's absolutely fantastic, Sam. I made when I made a video that has done quite well on my channel here is like my top 5 4K older movies, and I have a separate video top 5 4K newer movies. I wish I had watched 2001, and I wish I had watched Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner on 4K, which you guys know I got last month in December, and it's absolutely fantastic. Those are two of the best 4Ks I've seen, restorations of older movies. Connor is in there as well. Hey Connor, thanks for checking out the stream. I was waiting for you to go live in another video. Oh, no, just this one. Yeah, do grab a copy of that Kubrick set if you can. And Chris is saying, I enjoyed your journey through the watch list. Yes. Yeah, Chris, the 4K of 2001. Yeah, fantastic stuff. Looks phenomenal. Yeah, set looks unbelievable. Really good stuff. And Chris is saying Kubrick set is £50 on Amazon at the moment. Yeah, it's really good, Chris. When we got that into the shop, it was €160 or something like that. We ended up dropping the price to kind of try and shift it, and nobody sort of picked it up. And then I got it for like €60, and it was either 60 or 80 or 60 or 70, I think 60, 70, 80, something like that. Really good price. It's gone back up again, I think. Somebody said to me in the shop recently. But yeah, if you can see it at a good price, it is good, but just be aware not everything is 4K in it. So if you kind of want, Full Metal Jacket and stuff in 4K, you're going to have to grab those individually. Dustin saying, yeah, you may look into importing that. Yeah, it's highly recommend. If like I didn't have any of the movies, I had Clockwork Orange and Shining on DVD, and I had nothing else. So like the upgrade straight to Blu-ray was pretty decent for me. Yeah, Gargantuan. Yeah, it is. That is a pretty cheap price. Yeah, so like, do recommend checking that out. Yeah, we'll jump back to the main screen here. Next one up. I'm checking my list here. Yes, we've actually a couple of these were May pickups. Next one, I imported this, but you guys know 4K. There's no kind of region lock, so it's pretty cool. Man, I loved this film as a kid, and it's awesome. It's the Blues Brothers 4K. Really loved this movie as a kid. Awesome stuff. I have of a couple of Blues Brother vinyl and stuff here behind me. Is really cool. Once again, 4K looks absolutely stunning on this. There is a DTS:X audio track on this, which sounds great, and I think I said in like a watch list, or no, actually watch list, sorry, I reviewed this. There is a review video of this on the channel here, where I really like the sound mix, the DTS sound mix, because you know sometimes with kind of musical stuff, like the songs can be really loud, and then when it goes back to a scene where there's just dialogue, they can kind of botch that sound mix, and you're kind of like, wait, what were they saying? You're kind of hiring it up, and then it's too loud for the music scenes again. But there's a really nice sound mix on the DTS:X on this. I imported this from the States, just Amazon. There's a slip. There is a Blu-ray in there as well, isn't there? Yeah, there's a Blu-ray and a digital code, so I don't want to give away my digital code here. But yeah, Blues Brothers guys, love this movie. Do check it out. 4K again. If you want to upgrade, it's definitely worth the upgrade on the 4K there. I'm getting caught up in my headphones as I'm sitting on the cable. So I'm pulling myself down. Next one. Actually, I did do another review of this on the channel because I grabbed the two of these together. This was another May pickup. Amazon import from the States. Top Gun 4K. Oh man, phenomenal stuff here. Looks really awesome. What was the audio track on this? Was this a Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos? Yes. Great stuff. I want to talk more about my setup in the next kind of Q&A video, but I have like the LG 4G TV. I have the 4K LG 4K TV. I have a Denon receiver amp with like a 7.1 surround setup, and you know where I film in the room where I have the Blu-rays and stuff behind me. And yes, audio track on this is fantastic. I never actually had Top Gun on Blu-ray. I had the old DVD from ages ago, and there's some new like bonus features on this as well. It's really there's a couple of things about the next Top Gun 2, Top Gun Maverick, whatever it's called. There's a couple of things with that. But once again, if you want to upgrade and want to check out an older movie that looks good, I think this made my list in the top 5 older movies, the 4K discs. Do check out Top Gun. That was another one I liked that I picked up from May. I'll jump back into the chat because I don't want to miss what you were saying, Cartoon Force Dave. Yeah, eBay prices. Yeah, eBay is crazy. Do you know what I'm not liking about eBay at the moment, guys? Is because of the whole Brexit thing. Like, I don't know if you pay for stuff on eBay. Like, if I import stuff from Amazon, US Amazon, I pay the import charge when I order it. Like, I pay for Top Gun, I pay the shipping, and I pay the import all in one go. So it just arrives, and there's no surprise at the door, you know, on more money for import. So I'm not too sure if that's the case with eBay. You guys may be able to tell me a bit more about that, but eBay is just absolute madness. Connor saying Clockwork Orange is getting a 4K this year. Yeah, that should be a good one in 4K if they restore it correctly. That should look a good one. Oh my god, Chris, never seen the Blues Brothers. That's okay. You can come out hiding because, you know, what did I just say a few minutes ago? I'd never seen Taxi Driver, so there's I'm breaking some mortal sins on YouTube here as a movie collector. There's a bunch of stuff I've never seen. Dave Cartoon Fortis, he hasn't seen it either. Yeah. Getting the band back together. Yeah, absolutely, Doug. Yeah. Gargantuan Apple. Watch Blues Brothers on New Year's Eve. Yeah, 4K is really good. Yeah, and Chris is saying Top Gun 4K. Yeah, looks really great. Vanessa's just after jumping in. Hey Vanessa, thanks for checking out the video for the video. I keep saying video, live stream. I have to get used to live stream. Saying live stream. Thanks for checking out. So just in case you guys missed, I tweeted incorrectly about this. I'll say just again, I meant to say that this was going to be my favorite pickups of 2020, not the best 2020 releases, because as you guys have seen, some of these are 2019 releases here. So we'll jump back into the main window. What is the next one up here? Yes, this was a box that I picked up in June. last year. I can't see a date on this, guys. This is really frustrating for like when this was released. So I don't know when the initial release was. So you guys know I'm a big fan of Nolan, Christopher Nolan, and Batman. I love Batman. I have a bunch of you'll see, here's all my Batman 35mm trailers. Dark Knight, I've the Prince, I'm trying to figure out my sides here, of the Prince like cassette tape soundtrack, Smashing Pumpkins and Batman and Robin. There's a bunch more Batman of little Batmobiles and Batman figures and stuff up here. Massive Batman 89 film poster over to this side of me. Love Batman, wanted to upgrade to 4K. I got the original 4 Batmans, and then I wanted to get the Nolan trilogy. And when I sort of priced them up individually, I was like, man, this is crazy money. And actually cheaper, for €80, I got the Christopher Nolan 4K box set. A lot of actually, yeah, there's a bunch of these are 4K. So sorry guys if you don't have the 4K player and stuff. Yes, this is an awesome box set for the same price. Like I think to buy the Dark Knight trilogy on 4K was going to be like 90, and this ended up being 80 with the import. I got this from Amazon UK. So this has in 4K, all of these in 4K: Dunkirk, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises, Inception, Interstellar, and The Prestige. I have watched a bunch of these and I've spoken about them in the watch list. And oh man, they look absolutely phenomenal. Dunkirk looks fantastic. I know a lot of people don't like that movie. I did. I think it's really well done. I think the music, the score and stuff is great. You know, what else can I say about the Dark Knight trilogy that's already been said? They look phenomenal. Inception, fantastic. I felt the 4K was like average on Inception. I wasn't blown away by it. And the only 2 movies I have left to rewatch out of this is Interstellar and The Prestige. And you know what, guys? I don't know if I've said it before, but as much as I love Christopher Nolan, Interstellar is a movie I just cannot get like fully on board with. I don't like Matthew McConaughey at all. He like drives me mad, and he's in it. And isn't Interstellar like one of the longest ones, like 2.5 3 hours nearly? So I don't know. Prestige is a fantastic movie. Yeah, do check that one out. There is when you open them up, they're just kind of like those style things, and their Blu-ray discs are in there. I think this is like there's 3 discs per movie. But yeah, if you want to upgrade a bunch of Nolan stuff, this was €80 at the time. That would be a good if you wanted to kind of upgrade a bunch of stuff to 4K. You get all of his stuff pretty much. I think I have everything now that he's done except I got Memento, didn't I? Yes, Insomnia is still the only Nolan movie I need to get to complete the Nolan everything here. I'll jump back in the live chat because I see it's going wild over there. Yeah, Vanessa's in. Nolan uses Cillian Murphy. Yeah, Cillian Murphy is quite good. I really like Cillian Murphy. Vanessa, yeah, he's really good. Robert Coffee with Aliens is here. Hey man, thanks for checking out the live stream. Film blogger Sam, Interstellar is my favourite Nolan, albeit flawed. Yeah, of course you disagree with me, Sam. we always disagree on some random stuff. No, Interstellar is like a fantastic movie and how it's done and stuff. It's just like, did you ever just like have a movie and there's an actor in it and you just can't get past that? Like, I will watch it, of course. Like it's on the watch list to be done. But yeah, just not right now, not at the moment. I can't go for it. Kelly is in here, or Kevin, sorry. Kevin's gone. I saw a comment that kind of like disappeared. We'll jump back to the main video here, you guys. What is the next one up here? Oh yeah, a June pickup. I'm just keeping an eye on the chat. Like, oh yeah, Kevin is saying, do you have Following by Christopher Nolan? Yes, Kevin, I do. I got the Criterion version. If you guys are not aware, Following is Chris Nolan's very first movie, shot on 16mm. And Criterion done a, I roll, Criterion guys, they do the 4K restorations, but Criterion I feel are so far behind, and like everybody has gone to 4K now and Criterion still hasn't. Let's see if my prediction video of Criterion jumping into 4K in like March, April sort of pans out. But yeah, Following was a really interesting movie. It wouldn't be my favourite Nolan movie at all, but I do have it like on the Criterion stuff. There's a bunch of extras on there as usual. So yeah, really worth checking out there. I see Northern Lights in there as well. Hey man, thanks for checking out the live stream. Heath Ledger Roar series among my VHS tapes now transferring to DVD. Oh, I'm not too sure. I'm not aware of that. The Roar series, Heath Ledger, interesting. Heath Ledger is definitely an interesting character. All right. Yeah. So next one up here, another one of my favorite pickups from 2020. Our good friend Cinema Dave would love this because this is Jaws 4K. I think this came out in June. I think 2020. I got it in June. Once again, 4K looks absolutely phenomenal. That's like literally that's all I'm going to do for the live stream is 4K looks phenomenal. Everything. Jaws is a fantastic example of taking an old movie shot on film, doing a proper restoration and having it look fantastic. What was the audio on this? DTS HD Master Audio, and Dolby Atmos as well, Dolby Audio, Dolby Vision. Yeah, there's a bunch of different audio options on it, but yeah, Jaws, it looks fantastic. In a 4K restoration there. Yeah, you know, if you haven't got Jaws, what are you doing? grab it for your collection. Another great one to add in there. Jump back to the chat for a second here. Gargantuan, it baffles me Criterion have jumped to 4K. Yes, I don't know what they're doing. You guys have seen that video I've made, you know, about why they haven't jumped in, and you know, it could just be because 4K is the smallest market share still at the moment. So there's not a whole lot we can do. Vanessa said Dunkirk isn't your typical glorified war movie, more like real-time action, realistic fighting and quiet sequences. Yes, Vanessa, I love that about Dunkirk, and I like the way the kind of 2-3 stories kind of, you're seeing them from different time periods. You know, like Nolan is just, you know, isn't Nolan kind of a master of like time, and his concept of time is just, man, he's out there sometimes, as you will see with Tenet. Let's see if Tenet makes the list later on. Yes, it does. Spoiler. Bridge Cook is in here. Hey, Bridge, thanks for checking out the live stream. Coffee with Aliens, something of their favorite Nolan movies. Oh man, Robert, you know, like I love all the Batman stuff. Me personally, the Nolan stuff, I love all the Batman stuff. I think Inception is one of my favorite Nolan movies. I just wish I don't know. I know some people said the 4K looked great. I just thought the 4K of Inception was kind of like, you know, wasn't blown away by it or anything. So I'm not too sure what the story is with that. Oh, I will mention that Nolan set all the audio tracks are DTS HD tracks. They're not. Some of them aren't Dolby tracks. Some of them are DTS HD Master Audio, just in case. What's the next one up here? We're nearly about halfway through the list, guys. I have 20. This was I picked this up in August. Fantastic stuff. If you guys are aware of the horror streaming service Shudder, they've done a series called Cursed Films, and I'm really delighted this got a physical media release because it's a fantastic series. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 episodes, so it's like 5 episodes about like movies that were cursed, and they kind of go to kind of dispel the myths in the kind of thing. This is a disc in there. I'm really delighted this got a physical media release because if we switch to the back, we're going to see an awesome Polaroid of Brandon Lee out of The Crow. You guys are probably well aware now, The Crow is like one of my favorite movies, and there's some really interesting stuff and facts in this Cursed Films. The other movies, just in case you're wondering, is Poltergeist, The Omen, The Exorcist, The Crow, and Twilight Zone the movie. Man, that episode broke my heart. Twilight Zone, it's so sad. Oh my god, I'm even blanking the actor's name that passed away in the Twilight Zone movie, and I completely sort of like, you know, looked at John Landis in a different light after watching this. But yeah, that's another one up. Just if you're into kind of cursed films and this, as I said, this kind of goes about dispelling the cursed myths of the movies. I imported this from Amazon, so I do recommend checking that one out as well. Next one up, we're hitting the halfway point here, guys. This was a September pickup for me. I'm not too sure when it came out, but hey, guess what? 4K looked phenomenal. This is the Beetlejuice 4K, the handbook for the recently deceased. It opens up, you get the chalk and stuff in there. I done a whole unboxing of this, guys. Like, it's, you know, and it opens up and we have the disc and stuff in there, and there's a bunch of other stuff, the Beetlejuice flyer and all that. Yeah, and it has a kind of a magnet snap thing there. Really, really cool. Yeah, 4K looks fantastic. I have a tattoo of Beetlejuice. Really, really love it. Love Winona Ryder. Big fan of Winona Ryder. I have an 8x10 of Winona Ryder framed up there where she's in the red wedding dress from Beetlejuice. But yeah, this was I think some people in the UK said they had this packaging in HMV. HMV doesn't ship to Ireland, unfortunately, so I imported this from the States. Yeah, and it's really well done. I like these kind of boxes, like cool boxes that you're doing. So Beetlejuice is another one of my favorite pickups from 2020. I will jump back into the live chat because once again I see a bunch of stuff going on. Robert is saying he loved Nolan's Batman stuff. Yeah, like that's what a fantastic trilogy. Like you know, you can't go wrong. I think it was a brilliant story arch over the 3 movies. Really, really cool. Vanessa, Beetlejuice packaging is amazing. Yeah, it is. It's brilliant stuff. I love displaying it on the shelf, but I'm kind of, collector problem, guys. I'm running out of space on the, when I have the shelves inside behind me when I shoot videos, I'm running out of space, so I have to kind of like where I would like to show it this way, I have to kind of do the sideways thing now. Just space is a valuable commodity. Don't we all love Winona Ryder? Yes. Yes, we do. Beetlejuice, Tim Burton. Yeah, Tim Burton is wild. He's out there, man. He's crazy sometimes. Some of his movies I really like, and some of his stuff I don't like at all. But Robert is saying third one doesn't get enough love. Dark Knight Rises. If I would, I think if Sam I can't recall if it was Sam or not. I was talking about the Dark Knight trilogy, and I kind of said I would put them in order of how I like them. As Dark Knight is the first, I like the most. Dark Knight Rises is 2, and Batman Begins is the third one I like the most. I'm not too sure if that was you, Sam, or not, if you're still there. Chris is saying Age of Innocence. Oh man, Chris, I talked about this would be a good time to do the shameless plug. I have a Patreon account. I recently started up Patreon kind of in December, and I am properly like getting stuff on Patreon at the moment. So as you can see there on screen, guys, there is exclusive videos that are not on this main YouTube channel that go to Patreon. And Chris, you're saying Age of Innocence. So one of the things I'm doing as a Patreon exclusive for the Patreon fam is I'm going through my entire movie collection. So there is a video here on the channel where I kind of go along with the camera and I'm like, hey, here's like, and I randomly pull stuff. But what I'm doing with this entire movie collection series is I'm kind of grabbing 10 at a time and I'm talking about each movie and kind of just, how I bought it or what I thought about it. Age of Innocence was right in there, Chris, recently. I have an old Age of Innocence DVD. So I've started with the DVD collection on Patreon just as a kind of interesting, just interesting series of videos to give something extra to people who have signed up to my Patreon. I really appreciate it. Cinema Dave is another one, and Dustin is one of my Patreon fam. He's in the chat there, and Nuria as well. There are other stuff. I think there's about an hour's worth of content already on Patreon if you're interested in checking that out. I tried to price it kind of fairly, guys. 3, €5 and €7 a month is the 3 things, and you get your name. You guys know, you've seen all the videos. You get your name at the start of all the YouTube videos and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I'm really kind of interested. I have loads of plans for Patreon, like stuff. I'm actually filming stuff at the moment for Patreon, where I'm watching stuff and I'm getting initial reactions. I haven't uploaded them to Patreon yet, but that's something that will be happening. Another cheap shameless plug is the t-shirt shop. If you guys want to support the Movie Vault in other ways, there is the t-shirt shop. You'll see them all there, directed by John Carpenter and Court We Trust, presented in 70mm. Yeah, I have a bunch of projection kind of related t-shirts in there, and Jamie Lee Curtis rules because she does. Yeah, that's the t-shirt store. The Patreon and the t-shirt store, guys, the links are always in the description of the videos. If you're interested in checking those out. Robert is saying Scorsese directed Age of Innocence. Yeah, and do you know what, I said it in the Patreon video, I need to watch Age of Innocence. Either I haven't seen it or I haven't seen it in a very long time. Sam is saying that was him. Yeah, I remember that, Sam. We were talking about Dark Knight. Yeah. Connor is saying haven't gotten to watch his 4K Dark Knight Rises. Better than the Dark Knight 4K. I'd say they're on a par, Connor. They both look phenomenal. Like, you know, especially that IMAX stuff. Oh, you know, it looks fantastic in 4K. Cinema Dave is in the chat. Hey Dave, thanks for checking out the live stream. I was just talking about you a couple of things back about Jaws 4K. Yeah, we should do a Winona t-shirt. I would, Vanessa, but I'd probably get sued. I got in trouble for selling wrestling t-shirts before. We'll jump back into, I'm looking at the times, we're about half an hour on. So I have another 10 of my favorite pickups of 2020. That's what I'm kind of talking about here. Actually, you'll like this one, Vanessa, because you recommended this to me, and our good friend Heath, Serial at Midnight. This was my first ever Kino Lorber pickup. It's the Carollombard Collection, Volume 1. Awesome stuff. I believe Volume 2 is coming. Is it like February or March? Volume 2 is coming from Kino. So I'm excited to check that out. This has 3 movies starring Carollombard. Fast and Loose, Man of the World, No Man of Her Own. I've done a video about this box set on the channel as well, if you guys want to check that out. I was just really interested in Carollombard for the longest time. I used to have up here in the office, I had like small, old kind of horror movie postcards framed, you know, like kind of like 6x4 or 4x6, if you're from the States, say it that way. And Supernatural was one of them, a horror movie starring Carollombard, and I kind of like, oh man, you know, who is this Carollombard? And she's beautiful looking, and you know, I kind of, with the Dietrich box set I talked about earlier on as well, I grabbed this in September 2020. I'm just looking at my list with the dates. September I picked this up. I'm not too sure when it came out. This was probably like it was a 2020 release actually. Vanessa, you'd probably be more aware of that in the comments, wouldn't you? When this Carollombard set got released in 2020, I got it in September. After you recommended it, and I saw it on Heat Zero at midnight as well. Yeah, fantastic. 3 fantastic movies. I'm really looking forward to checking out the Volume 2 or the Collection 2. It's really awesome stuff. I meant to get more of her movies after I watched this, but then you guys see the hauls. I grabbed a bunch of other stuff instead. So and especially now at the moment, like stuff getting delivered is kind of still a little bit slow. So I don't want to order stuff and like have it sort of in limbo. But yeah, do check out Carollombard Collection, guys. That was something I really, really enjoyed. In 2020, I can see Vanessa is saying it came out in summer 2020. Yeah, I think it wasn't it like July or August? I kind of recall seeing Heath talking about this around August, and then I picked it up immediately and I got it in September. So that kind of seems about right. Dates was next one up. This was a 2019 movie. This wasn't a 2020. But I picked it up in September 2020. Criterion. Spine 1038. This is another Netflix one. I'm really, as much as we all give out about Criterion not going to 4K, I really like that they are doing Netflix releases. We're going to see 2 of them here in my 20 picks for 2020. Marriage Story, the Noah Baumbach movie with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson. I loved this movie. I wasn't really expecting to. I don't even really know why I picked it up. I think I just picked it up because, you know, I like Scarlett Johansson, and I kind of thought, like, I'll give this a try, kind of see what happens. And it's a fantastic movie. Like, Adam Driver is so good in this. I was blown away by him. I didn't think he was going to be that good, and Scarlett Johansson is as well. It's one of these Criterion things. I'm not a big fan of they're like left-handed right guys. I know I gave out about this in another video. I feel like Grumpy Rob is starting to come out now in the videos, but there's a bunch of like cool bonus things on here, and what I really liked about this is it kind of it opens out, and I always do that, drop the book. Adam Driver's on the back, so you get the kid and Adam Driver, Scarlett Johansson, and the disc is in there, but it's like the letters that they wrote to each other. If you've seen the movie, they're the letters they wrote to each other when they go to therapy, but they never read. And like, I thought it was a really nice touch by Criterion to put them in the set, even though I'm not a big fan of that packaging. I thought that was a really cool, really, really nice touch for Marriage Story. I do recommend, if you haven't seen Marriage Story, it's probably still on Netflix, obviously, but if you want the physical disc, do grab this Criterion version. This was this was region A. I imported this one from the States. I'll jump back into the chat real quick, make sure I'm not missing anything. Robert's saying you're getting them to order so much stuff. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? When we watch each other's videos, we end up coming away and the bank account is like going red. Bridget saying she loved Marriage Story. Yeah, I really, really liked it. Robert saying some series you care about. Yeah, humor seemed forced. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, he loves Spanback though. Vanessa, here we go. Criterion packaging rant. Yeah, I just, man, I don't know why. I don't know if it's just because they're left-handed or I don't know. Like, I feel like they're the wrong way around on the shelves as well. Like sometimes, it's so weird. Like, Chris is saying that version of Marriage Story arrived for me this morning. Oh, Chris, yeah, the letters are a fantastic touch. Yeah, really, really great. David saying he's worried about the packaging for the upcoming WKW set. Oh man, am I completely missing something? What's the WKW set? Or the oh my, I know what it is now, and I can't think of the guy's name. Chris saying Marriage Story is reduced on Amazon at the moment. There's a good idea to grab a bargain, Kevin. If you like Marriage Story, you'll love The Squid and the Whale. I've never seen The Squid and the Whale actually, Kevin. That's something I might. And Sam is saying Squid and the Whale as well. Favorite Bambach film. One Car Why? Yes, Sam. Sorry, I knew it was something like that, and I didn't want to like pronounce some weird name. That wasn't it. Yeah, I mean, you guys saw the video, you know, where I opened the Criterion, the Fellini set. I just like, oh man, I don't know why they're really well done. I think I said that in the video. The sets are fantastic, like the stuff is, but I just kind of feel like they're stuck on those disc packaging, and they need to just kind of do something else for a change, I think. Next one up here, this was another September pickup, but I believe this came out earlier in 2020, but it is the 2020 release. It's the Steelbook, the 4K Steelbook of Psycho. I thought I missed out on this actually, and I did end up, I can't even recall where I grabbed it from. We have Janet Leigh on the front there, the absolute legend that is Janet Leigh, and we have the kind of the houses. It's really, this webcam has been really awkward, guys. The houses in the knife on the back there. Inside, what is the artwork like? We have Anthony Perkins in there. Fantastic movie. 4K once again looks phenomenal. 4K looks phenomenal. Should be another saying. And then I get going and you get t-shirts made up with that. Fantastic stuff. Fantastic, and 4K looks phenomenal. Psycho, the 4K is fantastic. The oh man, what was the audio track on this? I think it was a mono DTS mono track, HD master audio mono track. Really, really cool. I know people had issues with Psycho, like the audio track on, wasn't it the Psycho, the box set like that was made up like the house, but this version, the single version, I had no issues with. If you haven't seen Psycho, do check it out. Psycho is the granddaddy of them all. For the horror stuff, I'll jump back in the chat once again. I don't want to miss. Dave is saying he agrees on the Criterion packaging. Dave, your Essential Fellini had the dislodged discs as well. Yeah, actually, same issue with me, Dave. As you saw in the video, they were out. But what I didn't actually film in that video, guys, I tried to leave a pinned comment on the video. Was I did all the discs that were like looked like they were scratched. I did try them. I didn't watch the entire movie, but I chapter skipped through, and they all played fine. It's just, you guys, you all know because you're all collectors, right? The absolute like amount of money we spend, and then they just arrive. And I understand, like, I imported the Fellini from the US, so it's coming. I think it came from Oklahoma to England, and then England to here, so it's kind of been around the place. Vanessa is saying Criterion favors that style of this packaging, keep the cost down. Yeah, because they're basically just cardboard. They're just like paper cardboard ebooks, isn't it? Yeah, it has to be cost. Vanessa, you're right there with that. They don't want to pay for the plastic packaging and stuff. David Cartoon Fortress had the Everything Blue set for Psycho, and a few others ended up letting them go. The Psycho Steelbook is fantastic. A minimalist, looks great on this one. Next one up, I'm just looking at the time because I don't want to keep, we've gone 45 minutes here and I have a bunch more stuff to talk about. I'll try to quickly go through this. This was an October one. Oh, phenomenal. This is the Shout Factory Scream Factory Deluxe Edition Friday the 13th. I have it displayed. When I originally got this, I loved the top artwork on this, which is just the Jason hockey mask. And because it wasn't kind of like some people were able to get, if you were able to order this from the States, you were able to get like this as a poster. I had to import from Amazon eventually, and all the movies are in here. It's fantastic. They done the Halloween box set, which I have as well. I got my replacement discs as well. I know a lot of people are still talking about that. I ordered them and I got them, and I've swapped them out in here. So I didn't start watching this until recently. So what I am doing is actually sneak peek for the channel, guys. I wanted to do something different when I was re-watching all the Friday the 13th. So I have a new kind of a horror series that will be starting on my channel next week. I believe, I want to say like next Thursday is when the first episode goes up. It's going to be a horror series, and I don't want to give away much more than that, but I'm going to be looking at all these movies in that horror series. The artwork is fantastic on this, and the movies have all been restored and stuff, so it's definitely, I missed out on the Halloween box set originally when it came out, and it kind of sold out quickly, which is eventually going to happen with that Friday the 13th, guys. So if you want to grab it, I would recommend. It's probably a lot cheaper than, I think I paid about $150-ish at the time for it. So it's probably a lot cheaper than when it came out originally. Vanessa's saying, no, I know nothing about Halloween, but I love the box set artwork. Yeah, well, that's Friday the 13th, Vanessa, but the Halloween one, yeah, I don't have the Halloween one because it's a really old box set, but yeah, we need to get you onto the horror stuff, Vanessa. You have to start checking out some of these things, because they're some of them are really bad, and some of them are fantastic stuff. Sam is saying Friday set is superb. Yeah, I think you grabbed one of them as well, didn't you, Sam? I think I saw that on your channel as well. Another October set was Back to the Future 4K trilogy. Again, 4K looks phenomenal. This is the there is different artwork in the States, I noticed, on this kind of cardboardy box, but this is the steel book. How can I do this without like dropping these? Let's see, and then I make the scraping noise, and it's like, oh god. The three movies make like the DeLorean montage, and the 3 different times is really, really cool. And they have these little kind of cardboard tabbies in the box to kind of keep the steelbooks apart, which I really liked. I thought that was a really clever idea. I think I said it before, I'm always afraid of like scratching steelbooks, and I don't have those protective bag cover things. I need to look into those at some point. It's something I need to do. But yeah, ton of bonus features, and like, who doesn't love Back to the Future 4K? Do check it out. Really, really phenomenal stuff there. We'll jump back into the chat real quick. What am I missing here? Connor saying 100 for Black Friday for Friday the 13th. Yeah, that was a good deal. I paid like 150, I think, with the import from the States. Vanessa is oops, I know nothing. Yeah, that's okay. We forgive you. You just need to watch a bunch of horror stuff. David, Cartoon Fortress, I prefer the cover onto the US. Yeah, I didn't like that US cover at all, David. I wasn't a big fan of it. And Sam is saying fingers crossed for a Nightmare on Elm Street box set this year. Yes, because we can only assume, right? They've done Halloween, and now they've done Friday the 13th, so it has to be Nightmare next. Speaking of horror stuff, November, Dawn of the Dead 4K from Second Sight Films. I guess this was probably a lot of people's like release of the year. A lot of people were talking about this as one of their favorite releases of the year. I have the 3 cuts of the movie in this, so I've only watched one. You guys know I've done a review, and I was a little bit salty with Second Sight Films about this, because I was supposed to get a review copy, and then they outright blanked and said they weren't gonna give me one because my channel wasn't big enough. So which is really frustrating, because I've supported Second Sight Film a lot, like since even before I had the Movie Vault YouTube channel, I had a podcast, and I reviewed the stuff for them all the time. I've been working with them for about like a year and a half, but I don't want to go on another rant about, but they wouldn't give me a review setting anyway, and I was buying it either way, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, it's a fantastic set. There is, I had some picture issues and audio issues with the cans cut when I watched it. Another issue I had that I posted on social media about, that I want to just, in case I didn't kind of clear up with you guys, is the hardback book that came with it. So I was talking about it, and I opened it, and like this literally happened. The book, like a whole clump of pages came out of the hardback book. And And I just want to let you guys know that I did tweet, or I got in touch with Second Sight about it and complained, because, you know, that was like 90 quid, that box set, wasn't it? Like 100 quid. And they sent me a replacement book. They said there was issues with some of the books. So if you are somebody who had an issue with that hardback book and pages falling out, just get in touch with them and they'll send you a new book. The new book seemed okay. But yeah, Dawn of the Dead, fantastic. You know, big fan of Romero. So that was another one up. Next one, another Criterion, another Netflix one, Spine 1058. I actually bought this here in work. I kind of forgot it was coming out, so I was pricing stuff. I'm the worst in work for when a delivery comes in and I'm taking stuff out to price it, and then I just put it aside for myself. This is The Irishman. We were talking about Scorsese. Chris was talking about Scorsese earlier. Scorsese, De Niro, Pacino, Pesci. Oh man, what a movie! I did not watch this on Netflix. I don't know. I'm kind of in and out on Netflix. I'm not always on there. And I just, I wanted to wait for the physical media. It's another one of these guys, one of these bloody things. But the even the book, look, the book is fantastic. I heard you paint houses. 2 discs packed full of stuff. I haven't even gotten into the bonus content on this yet. I watched the movie, and I thought it was fantastic. Really great movie, and I maybe looking back now, it's kind of a bit disappointing that it didn't win any like any of the major kind of awards and stuff. That's kind of a bummer, but if you're into Scorsese and that kind of gangster stuff, Irishman is fantastic, phenomenal movie. I do recommend checking that one out. I've only a couple more left here. I don't want to keep you guys too long here. Don't want to miss anything. Oliver, Master Cinemas here. Hey Oliver, thanks for checking out the live stream, really appreciate it. 99% of labels don't understand marketing and customer care. Yeah, probably. A lot of them. Cinema Dave saying, love the Dawn of the Dead, yet haven't picked it up. Yeah, Dave, it's a really good set. There's the Blu-ray version as well, which I think is kind of slightly cheaper than the 4K. Sam is saying Scream would be the dream. Yeah, Scream is you would be able to back me up on this, Sam. Isn't there like in the UK, isn't there a rights issue with Scream 4? I think Scream 4 never got released on Blu-ray over in UK and Ireland. I think Cinema Dave, you picked up in 2020. Didn't you pick up that fantastic Scream, the 4 movie Blu-ray box set as well? I've Scream 1, 2, and 3 on DVD, and I need to grab those on Blu-ray. That would be another box set I'd want as well, Sam. Yep. Cinema Dave is saying, big fan of The Irishman. Round Table with Pacino, Scorsese, Pesci, De Niro is really good. Yeah, Dave, I've gotten recommended that Round Table bonus feature, but I haven't had the time to kind of sit down and watch it. Next one up here, actually, shock horror, guys, is a DVD release from 2020 that made my list here. I got this in December, so last month. You guys are probably aware I work with the Australian company Via Vision. They send me stuff to review, and they sent me this Carol Baker, the Paramount Collection. It's a really, really awesome DVD set. I want to say box set, but it's not, because it's just like the regular. Why is this camera being awkward here? It's just a regular Amaray style, but they've done each movie on its own individual DVD disc, which they could have just dumped a bunch of movies onto like 1 or 2 discs. But Carol Baker, I think I said it before in the review, Carol Baker was, and Sam will know this, Sam's into the giallo, the Italian giallo movies. She was in a kind of a giallo movie called Paranoia, which I was kind of like intrigued. Who is Carol Baker? And I kind of, her story is really interesting. She was kind of like getting big in Hollywood, and then there was kind of a contract dispute, so she left to go to Italy and made like a bunch of giallo Italian horror kind of B movies, and then came back to Hollywood years later. But this is a really interesting set. Really interesting look at some of her like early movies, like the But Not For Me 1959, Sylvia 1965, Carpetbaggers 1965, George Peppard is in there. You guys will know from the A-Team. Harlow 1965, Angela Lansbury, Peter Lawford's in a couple of these as well. Alan Ladd is in Carpetbaggers as well. Clark Gable is in But Not For Me. Lily Palmer as well. Really, 4 really interesting movies. Again, I have a review of this on the channel, And I see Dave has to head off. Thanks, really appreciate it, Dave. You guys, me and Cinema Dave are doing the Star Trek live streams. We're doing Star Trek 2 The Wrath of Khan Sunday week, the 17th. We'll be live on my channel for that, so I'll have, like, I'll let you guys know about that. But don't forget to check out the first Star Trek the motion picture. That live stream was on Dave's channel, and if you want to join in for that Star Trek 2, we're going to watch Star Trek 2 during the week to lead up to that, me and Cinema Dave. So don't forget to check that out. That'll be next, not Sunday coming, the following Sunday, 17th, live stream on that one. Dave was saying the Scream Blu-ray set. Vanessa saying Carol Baker set looks like something you'd be into. Yeah, I think you would like that, Vanessa. It's really interesting. You would have to get it from Australia, is the only kind of thing, through Via Vision. But yeah, it's a really great one. We're coming up on the last two here. I know we're almost hitting an hour here. I always kind of hate keeping you guys longer than an hour, but another one again, like a dual release. This is the Arrow release of Crash. This is the 4K. This is the 4K one that I got, and I know Criterion done a version, and I want to say it isn't Criterion's version, the only difference being they have a different Cronenberg commentary, and it's not in 4K. If you're listening, Criterion, we want 4K. I don't want the prices. I don't want the 4K prices to off your Criterion. I just want 4K. Cronenberg Crash, like, what can you say about this movie? It's such a weird movie. I remember seeing it years ago and thinking, like, man, what a movie. And the 4K looks phenomenal. It's, fantastic restoration. It's in its original 1:6:6 as I knock the microphone. In its original 1:6:6 aspect ratio. So when you watch this, you're going to get black bars left and right. The kind of pillar box, I think it's called, from years ago. You'll get that on the Crash 4K. But really strange movie, really fantastic movie as well. And the last one up here, that was a December pickup. You guys know Arrow, they kind of delayed that and put it back. And my last favorite pickup, my number 20 for 2020, Nolan Tenet 4K. I got the 4K steelbook here. My sister got me this for Christmas. This has what else have we got inside here? We have the 4K disc and 2 Blu-rays, the movie and the bonus features. I will be talking about this in next video on the channel, guys. It'll be Sunday. It's a watch list. Or did I talk about it in the watch list? I can't recall. Yes, I think I did talk about it in the watch list. 4K looks absolutely fantastic. Great stuff here on Tenet. Audio track looks great, or it sounds great as well, I should say. Man, people dumping on Tenet, don't be at me. Tenet is a fantastic movie. Sam's probably going to jump in now, like saying Tenet is the worst film ever. But Vanessa saying, yeah, Elizabeth the Beaky is in Tenet. Yes, she is in Tenet. Yeah, she's fantastic in this. John David Washington, isn't that his name? He's really cool. He's just the protagonist is his name. There was a really cool Christopher Nolan done like a live stream Q&A about Tenet. There was a brilliant 10-part making of on the bonus things. Like, technically how they made this thing is phenomenal. Like, some spoilers for the bonus features on this. So actually no, I don't want to. I was going to say spoilers there, but I'll end up ruining the whole movie, so I don't want to do that for anybody who hasn't seen it. But 4K looks phenomenal. I really like Tenet. We were talking about Christopher Nolan earlier and his ideas of like time and stuff as a concept. He's Tenet is really out there. That kind of wraps it up. That's my 20 here, guys. We're just hitting the hour mark. I'll jump back onto the chat here for a second. Does anybody have any questions they want to throw at me before I kind of sign off here from the live stream? I'm looking forward to some new videos and stuff coming on the channel. Hockey is coming back. Vanessa lives in Canada. Hockey, I'm a big fan of the Blackhawks. Hockey is coming back next week. So I'm looking forward to that. I like the hockey. Chicago is my adopted team with the Cubs as well. I know Sam likes the baseball. He watches the Cubs as well. Looking forward to the hockey coming back. I need to check out a bunch more films. Like I said, that horror series I'm doing. We'll be covering stuff. Chris is heading off to do shopping. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for checking out the stream. Really appreciate it. Vanessa, hockey's back. Yes. Something else to watch. Although it does be on really late over here. It's always it's always super late. Either sometimes there's I think at 11 o'clock at night our time game, and then there's usually a 1 o'clock, and at 3 o'clock and sometimes like at 5 o'clock, depending. Sometimes it's awkward to see the stuff. Northern Lights saying Toronto Maple Leafs. No, Chicago Blackhawks. Go Flyers, says Chris. Oh man, everybody likes the hockey. We should start like a hockey live stream as well. Connor is saying, are you planning to get the Wreck Arrow Blu-ray? No, I didn't. Connor, we didn't get that. Yours came in the post in the case. Oh man, I hate that when the cases get damaged. It's so frustrating. I always keep a couple of spare Armory Blu-ray cases just in case. No, I didn't get Wreck. I was like this close to starting to like get some review stuff from Arrow, but I kind of think like at the moment, England and the Brexit thing is like, I think it's kind of messing up the post. So I'm not too sure like if like review stuff is getting posted at the moment. Vanessa is saying she lives in Toronto. And I'll even admit the Leafs are terrible. She's all about the Blackhawks, man. We're in a rebuilding year, so like we dropped a bunch of players. Like I listened to the Blackhawks Team Talk podcast, I think. That's one of the podcasts I listen to. We dropped a bunch of players through injury recently, so that's where we're at. Okay, guys, I think we'll call it a day on this one. Thanks everybody for checking out the live stream. Really appreciate it. Once again, I talked about a bunch of stuff here that are actually there's review videos on the channel for, so you may want to check those out. Live streams. So I mentioned it. Yeah, me and Cinema Dave, we are doing a whole like what should end up being a whole like year long throughout 2021 live stream kind of thing. Where we're looking at each Star Trek movie in order. So we've already done Star Trek the Motion Picture. If you head on over to Cinema Dave's channel, you can see the replay of that live stream. And then we're going to jump back and forth between channels. So we're on my channel here Sunday the 17th, Sunday next week, for Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. So if you want to join in the chat and stuff, if you want to watch the movie, that'd be really, really cool. And you can jump in with us. Vanessa, great show. Great to see everyone. Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks for checking out the live stream. David as well. Thanks for checking out the live stream. Really appreciate it. Northern Lights, this is the Leafs year, like every other year. Yeah, yeah, maybe. Really appreciate it, guys. Thanks for checking out the live stream. And I'll see you back on the channel with the, the rip videos and stuff. I'll see you guys in the comments. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday week for the Star Trek 2 live stream. Thanks once again, guys. Really appreciate it. Stay safe and talk to you on the next one.